Key point 1. Discover 5 seconds that have the power to change your life. Mel Robbins invented the 5-second rule during a period when things were difficult. Her marriage, finances, career, and self-esteem were falling apart. Mel Robbins was so overwhelmed by her problems that getting out of bed in the morning was no mean feat. She created the 5-second rule so she would stop pressing the snooze button of her alarm. After using the rule consistently, Mel Robbins discovered that it also affected her entire life aside from waking up early. The impact of this rule is reflected in her cash flow, marriage, career, and parenting. Mel Robbins moved from being broke to having millions in her account and from marital issues to celebrating 20 years of marriage. Most difficulties stem from a lack of faith in our ability to improve. The 5-second rule can also be a turning point in your life. It substitutes the tendency to procrastinate or overthink little tasks and instead shifts you toward taking action. This approach will encourage you to believe in yourself and help you become proficient in every area of your life. It's not the big moves that change everything, it's the smallest ones in your everyday life that do. Mel Robbins. So why does this tool work in diverse and effective ways? It taps into your inner courage that is looking for an incentive to come out. It pushes you to champion your ideas and honor yourself, and that's how all the transformation is possible. You have everything you need to live the life you want. One step can make your dreams come true. Key point 2. An on-screen rocket launch inspired the 5-second rule. At 41, Mel Robbins was unemployed and had severe drinking, financial, and marital issues. She woke up late. Her kids got to school late because they always missed the bus, and she often fought with her husband. Mel blamed him for their misery. His business had severe financial difficulties at the time because it was easier. Mel Robbins knew everything she should be doing: exercise, find a job, care more about her family and friends, but she couldn't force herself to take action. All she did was think about what she needed to do, and that didn't help. If anything, it only worsened things. Overthinking makes you focus on the negatives. As a result, your mind talks you out of taking action. She was about to turn off the TV one night when the image of a rocket about to launch on the screen caught her attention. As she heard the famous 5-second countdown, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fire and smoke filled the screen and the shuttle launched. Then she decided to launch herself out of bed tomorrow like a rocket. Yes, that's right. That's all it took. Of course, she had the inner instinct to launch herself, but hearing it was the tipping point. Following her instincts was life-changing. This decision wasn't caused merely by intuition. Scientific findings prove once you set an aim, the brain will monitor the surroundings in search of means to fulfill it. After finding it, the prefrontal cortex sends you a signal to act. An example is when you aim to get healthier. As soon as you pass by a gym, you feel like you should exercise, whereas nothing happens if you walk by your living room. The key is to be aware of these signals, our inner wisdom, and heed their advice. It may also result in successful initiatives. For instance, Starbucks now sells Frappuccino because an assistant manager followed her impulse and offered this idea in 1992. The rocket launch affected Mel, and when the next morning came, even though she felt stupid, she ignored her feelings and trusted her instincts. Instead of hitting the snooze button, she counted as usual, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then stood up. There, the 5-second rule was born. Key point 3. Unusual tasks for mindful freedom. Counting 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 is so powerful because it is a trap for excuses. While your brain deals with an unusual tasks, it has no time to provide reasons that stop you. Therefore, It's a perfect time to act. Use it to your advantage. The notion that you must be motivated before doing something is a myth. Many people have an external locus of control, meaning they believe circumstances define their life. However, we can be successful and happy only when we take responsibility for our decisions. The 5-second rule states that you can control your destiny, so far you push yourself. This practice works every time. It's a tool, and if you stop using it, procrastination, uncertainty, and fear will creep back in and impede necessary actions. If this happens, find your way back to the rule and apply it again. A transformation takes place on your inside whenever you use this practice. This alteration will give you the strength and confidence to see that all the moments you waited for a change were a waste. Observe that counting upwards doesn't work because you could keep counting to 10, 20, or 10,000, and your brain has enough time to discourage you. But backward, after 1, there's nowhere else to go, so you act. The 5-second rule works because it tricks your mind into not overthinking things, which blocks any room for excuses. Even though it sounds similar to the Nike tagline, "Just do it," they are different in the sense that just do it is what you need to do, while the 5-second rule is how you make yourself do it. What they have in common is that they push you to take action without first stopping to think. You may shorten or lengthen the time window to suit your needs. As you keep repeating the 5-second rule, your mind gets accustomed to the change and forms a habit. The following are the 3 distinct categories for how you can use the 5-second rule. Change your behavior, act with everyday courage, and control your mind.
Congratulations, you've hit a daily streak.
Key point 4. There is a great deal of power in everyday courage. Everyday life is full of scary, uncertain, and challenging moments that require a lot of courage to pull off. Whether it is asking for a raise at work, standing up for your beliefs, or merely getting out of bed, these small acts of bravery define you and change your life. An instance is when Rosa Parks decided she had the same right to occupy a bus seat as a white passenger. At that moment, she made a history-changing decision without thinking or preparing for it. Interestingly, people who knew her were surprised she had done it as the woman tended to avoid conflicts. Hardly could she expect it from herself. Her story is a perfect example that each of us has potential we never think of. We need to let courage ignite this inner power. To do this, we should clarify our definition of bravery. Firstly, it isn't a gift that some people have while others lack. It's an inborn trait that everyone possesses. Secondly, we can't precisely measure fearlessness as each case is unique. Some pluck it up in the courage to make a love confession or go bungee jumping. For others, these actions aren't challenging. The difference is how many self-imposed limitations we have and levels of confidence. There will always be someone who can't see your worth. Don't let it be you. Mel Robbins. We don't remember that. We hold ourselves back because we fear rejection, failure, or looking bad. Ask yourself, what if I'm wrong and all these fears are only in my head? They usually are. Even if you do fail, tell yourself, so what? At least I tried. Not every dream we have will come true, but it doesn't stop us from trying to realize them. Being courageous enough to keep trying paves the way for success. Life isn't a one-and-done sort of deal. You've got to work, fail, and work more to get what you want. Picasso created over 50,000 works of art, with only 100 being masterpieces. In addition, don't let searching for the approval of others stop you from achieving your goals. Remember that your determination to do something is a critical factor. Key point 5. Don't wait to feel ready. Most people think they make decisions based on logic, but that's not true. Studies show that lists of advantages and drawbacks would be of no help without emotions. We feel before we think and act. This peculiarity explains why it's daunting to start doing something. The rational part of you repeats, for example, that exercising is vital for your health. However, your feelings toward physical exercises are a deciding factor. Let's take public speaking as an example. It's a myth that people stumble over words during their speech because they don't know what to say. They do this due to the fierce battle against self-doubt that unfolds inside them. It might be challenging to manage your feelings, but you can control your actions. The 5-second rule comes in handy for doing what you have to do. It is necessary to start using this rule even if you don't feel like it. For example, you can use the wake-up challenge to train yourself to get up in the morning. All you need is your alarm, counting 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you. Use time in the morning to devise a plan of what you want to achieve that day. The concept of activation energy states that the strength you need to get out of bed is higher than what is required to work and exercise. Here are steps that can help you have a good morning routine. Put your alarm in another room and remove the snooze button. Set it for 30 minutes earlier than the usual time. And when you hear the alarm, open your eyes and start counting 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push yourself to rise and shine while your brain isn't able to contradict. Why is it so essential? This challenge is the first step to taking charge in life. No matter how small the decision is, you boost your confidence and train the muscle of determination by pushing yourself to act despite your inner fears. These morning workouts will endow you with a reserve of strength to make a change in other spheres of your life. Key point 6. Elevate health, cut distractions, sharpen focus. To become productive, you must improve your health, increase productivity, and finish procrastination. Thinking won't get you there. Will dieting, hitting the gym, or doing yoga make you happy? Yes, they will, so do them. Stop thinking about how a diet will make you feel. Your feelings don't matter, only your actions do. Get serious about managing distractions by admitting that they hinder your productivity. To use your time efficiently, you must perfect the art of focusing. It is a key to productivity. To achieve this aim, you need to do the following. Be in the driver's seat in terms of attention so that distractions won't take over you. And set your priorities right to concentrate on crucial tasks. It may be challenging to remove distractions, but you must delete social media, turn off the phone, declutter, and watch out for the rewards. Afterward, you have to determine your morning activities. Make a routine to get up at the sound of the alarm. Count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and get up without pressing the snooze button. Otherwise, its adverse impact on your productivity will last up to 4 hours. Scientists explain that people start a new sleep cycle when they postpone waking up. Interrupting it makes them sleepy and muzzy, lowering their effectiveness. Walk towards the bathroom and turn off the alarm. Clean up and visualize the steps that make your day ideal. Look good and eat breakfast. Jot down 1 to 3 things you must do and why they are critical. Plan your day 30 minutes before 7:30 and write why you must do these tasks. And make plans for what you will do during your free time. This routine will enable you to focus on the right things and avoid being susceptible to distractions. Timing is also crucial. Use the first hours after waking up wisely. It is the period when your brain is the most productive. Use this morning routine and make the necessary changes to suit your lifestyle. Make it work and become a more productive person. Key point 7. Train yourself to beat procrastination. Productive and destructive procrastination differ. The former is when you take days, weeks, or months to let your mind wander so you can develop more creative ideas to enhance your project. Thus, when you're working on an innovative project that doesn't have a fixed deadline, it's a clever process to practice productive procrastination. Destructive procrastination is when you avoid work, knowing there will be negative consequences. People do not procrastinate because they don't want to work, but rather to avoid stress or feel stressed. It's more like an essential break from the pressure we face, perhaps from money, relationship problems, or life. However, running away from difficulties increases them. Scientists explain how it works. When people postpone a task, they feel the relief of avoiding the challenge. Since they often do some pleasurable activities while procrastinating, like watching funny videos on YouTube, their level of dopamine, sometimes called the happiness hormone, increases. It stimulates them to repeat this behavior. The pitfall is that joy from social media is short-term. At the same time, the longer we delay doing something, the more significant our anxiety about it becomes. Many people are stuck in procrastination, not due to outright laziness, but fear, excessive perfectionism, low energy levels, and a lack of focus. First, find out exactly what triggers your procrastination. Awareness of this would help you forgive yourself and not beat yourself up about what you've done to solve this problem. Studies show that those who have heeded this advice are less likely to procrastinate again. That's because forgiving and lowering expectations you establish for yourself lessens stress. Then, you ask yourself, what would your future self do? Because our future selves portray what we want to be, they give us the drive we need. Use the rule to start small, attack what you're avoiding, and take a break. Keep this loop going, and you'll replace your bad procrastination habit with a good one. Did you know? According to research by Dr. Joseph Ferrari, a professor of psychology at the University of Chicago, 20% of U.S. men and women are chronic procrastinators. Key point 8. Stop worrying about the things you have no control over. To be the happiest person you know, you must train your mind to break your addiction to worrying and negative self-talk. Eliminate anxiety from your life and beat any fear you may have. One way to do this is to realize that excitement and apprehensiveness trigger the same physiological processes. You decide what to call them. The former label makes people look forward to the event, while the latter prompts them to prepare for the worst. Thus, it's high time to do a reframing and eliminate the word nervous from your vocabulary. Ending your habit of worrying will create one of the most significant positive changes in your life. Sometimes, feelings of love trigger worry too. So, you're excited that your husband or friend just got a new motorcycle, but the next thought that creeps into your mind is, what if they have an accident with it? Or, what if they get hit by a car? Most of these things usually don't happen. Even if they do by accident, worrying doesn't prevent the inevitable. Therefore, it's better to distract yourself from these thoughts with the 5-second rule. On the count 1, recall the funny situation related to these people or cases when they have helped you. Gratitude, joy, or pride in someone are healthy substitutes for apprehension. The former, for instance, releases dopamine that contributes to your happiness. Overcoming fear enables you to enjoy life to the fullest. Fear will make you miss out on things you should enjoy, leaving you miserable. Create an anchor thought to beat it. It distracts your mind and replaces the feeling of fear with beautiful things. If you're afraid of flights, count backward from 5 to 1 and start thinking of the beautiful places you will visit, the lovely people, or the series of events that will take place. You can use this tool for visualization to eliminate discomfort and set yourself up for success. For instance, imagine the details of your future triumph if you're anxious about an important event. Anything is possible when you master your mind. Key point 9. The most crucial step to being the best version of yourself. Confidence is not an inborn feature. You can improve it as any other skill. Some extroverts talk a lot but still have to figure it out when expressing their thoughts. Their verbosity may stem from insecurity, so saying less can signify trust in yourself. The more you practice acts of courage, the more you believe you are in control of your life, and thus the more confident you'll become. Sometimes we lose connection with our true selves, perhaps because we're trying to fit in or only pretending to be satisfied with what we have. Once you lose touch with the real you lose confidence. Yet your self-respect grows when you defend your position or take other small steps toward the best version of yourself. Start observing your emotions and aspirations without evaluating them. They are reliable indicators of your deepest needs and unique interests that constitute your personality. Thus, neglecting them equals weakening yourself. So, instead of bottling up anger, go to the gym to express it. Or substitute devaluing a long-awaited journey with saving money for your dream. All these small steps strengthen the connection with yourself. Pursuing your passion and maintaining strong relationships will make you happy. One more way to improve your confidence is to find your purpose or passion. To reach this aim, you should trust your curiosity. If you cannot stop thinking about something or making something your new hobby, explore that subject, read about it, take a class, and write a plan. Explore, build momentum, start conversations with like-minded people, and create opportunities to drive you toward your passion. Remember to work on your interpersonal relationships as you find your passion and go toward it. They have a significant impact on mental health. A tip to improve your relationships is to speak up. Silence is what kills relationships. If you're bottling up your true feelings, they don't disappear. They accumulate, as well as problems that trigger them, and gradually ruin your relationships. Learn how not to leave anything important unsaid. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and say it. Conclusion. You are responsible for your success and failure. You can be whoever and whatever you desire. Sometimes you fail, but that shouldn't stop you from doing what you need to do. Don't allow your fears to overwhelm you. Say no to them and move on with your task. Believe that you can move mountains. That's what courage is all about. The only way to improve your life is to be courageous enough to change your lifestyle. You might not be able to change things that have happened in the past, but you are the owner of your future with the 5 seconds rule. If you take the rule seriously and apply it in all areas of your life, many positive changes will occur. Learn to take minor risks. Do your best in everything and watch your dreams become a reality. Always listen to your heart whenever it speaks. You can transform your life and the lives of those around you if you avoid procrastination. Do you want to get a job? Do you want to get more degrees? Go for it. Don't procrastinate on any issue. Have a mindset of doing things immediately. Eliminate every form of distraction. Prioritize your work and be focused on achieving the best in life. Whenever you need to do something, count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and act on it immediately. You have all it takes. Try this. Whenever you discover that you're procrastinating, go back to the 5-second rule. Count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and act immediately. Then watch how things take shape.